Yes.
Okay. Woo. All right, we're going to call the
7
meeting
minutes.
to order at 6:07. Would you please rise and join me with pledge allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hoorah.
All right, now I moved all my papers around.
I know.
Move that out of the way. Okay, I'm going to move item 6A up to right now.
Mayor Miller, would we like to do roll call first?
Oh, yeah, let's do roll call. See who's here. Sorry.
That's
Thank you.
okay. Councilmember Kelly,
Present.
Councilmember Turner,
Here.
Councilmember Perkins,
Here.
Councilmember Armstrong,
Here.
Councilmember Granillo,
Here.
Mayor Miller,
Here.
and our town attorney is present remotely.
All right, now, can we go ahead and move 6A up? Act on 6A? All right, item 6A, consideration and possible action to, 1, appoint John McCafferty to fill a vacant position on the town council, and 2, administer the oath of office to the newly appointed council member. And I would ask the chair of the appointments committee to make the motion.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the appointments committee interviewed several folks that had come in and applied for this position. And on August 12th, we held a public meeting expressing who our choice was. So at this point, I'd like to make a recommendation to appoint John McCafferty to fill the vacant position, town council, and administer the oath of office.
Okay, we have a motion. How about a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, we have, what was that? 5 for and 1 against. So motion carries. You gonna do the, from here?
Call to the public? Yes.
No. Do we bring Mr. McCafferty up and do
Oh,
this?
yes. Yep.
That's the next step. Bring him up, swear him in, and set him down.
Hello, hello. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. State of Arizona, County of Yavapai.
State of Arizona, County of Yavapai.
I state your name.
I, John McCafferty,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona,
the laws and
and the-
Constitution and the laws of Arizona,
that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same,
and defend them against
and defend them against
all enemies,
all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
and that I will faithfully
and I will faithfully
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties of
discharge the duties of
town council member
town council member
of the town of Chino Valley
of the town of Chino Valley
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God. Thank you.
Hey. Hey, good to see you. Welcome.
All right, moving on. You ready, John? You don't have no paperwork, do you? Here, you can. Right here. Oh, okay. Introductions, presentations, and proclamation. 2A, presentation by Jack Berry, President of Sons of the American Revolution, Prescott Chapter of the Commendation Medal Certificate to Officer Jeff Pizzi, Chief.
Mayor and Council. I was approached by the Sons of the American Revolution organization several years ago asking about if we wanted to recognize an officer for some outstanding service. So this past year, Officer Jeff Pizzi, our SRO, has been involved in several things I thought were way above the call of duty. And a couple of the things that the organization looks for is distinction and devotion to law enforcement. Officer went above and beyond the call of duty. Officer performed exceptional acts of service beyond what's normally expected, and exceptional service or incredible assistance to the public. And Jeff does this really on a daily basis. I have to tell you, he's an amazing guy, and as our SRO, he is just loved by the students and the faculty. But in the last year, Jeff had a couple of things I thought really stood out. One was our dreaded dodgeball game. Some of you witnessed. We hung in there for a little while. But that I mean, as far as bonding with students and a community event, that was just amazing. And Jeff put all that together. And then we had another incident last year that some of you are familiar with, where we had an 11-year-old that passed away who was a student in our schools. And that was very traumatic to the students and to the family and the community. But Jeff just stood up, and I mean, I don't want to go into all the details again, but he went well above what would normally be expected of an officer to work with that family and try to bring some help to them and some closure to them. So we wanted to recognize Jeff. Where's Jeff? Oh. And I'm going to let Mr. Barry explain a little bit more about the award and his organization before we present it to Jeff.
Thank you, Chief. As you said, my name is Jack Berry. I'm president of the Sons of the American Revolution Prescott chapter here. I don't know if you know anything about the Sons of the American Revolution or anybody of the students here, but we are descendants of American patriots who either fought in the American Revolution or supported the war in various ways. It's nothing that we did that brought us here, but it was what our ancestors did. And you have to be a descendant of a patriot to be part of the organization. The national headquarters of the Sons of the American Revolution have 5 categories of awards for public service. One is for heroism, one is for life-saving, fire safety, EMT, and law enforcement. These other 4 categories are not limited to firemen or EMTs. It is for ordinary individuals who engage in a fire safety area or engage in a heroic act. We can award those. For law enforcement, it's just not limited to law enforcement officers. It can be judges, probation officers, and attorneys, although I have not been asked yet if that includes public defenders. So,
Our attorneys are laughing.
are you a public defender? So, okay. She was like, oh, yeah, I can do that. And for law enforcement, just because you're in law enforcement doesn't mean you qualify for this medal and certificate. You have to go above and beyond the call of duty, and you have to be recommended by a supervisor to us. And then what we do is we review it to see if it meets the category to award this distinguished medal. Now, in the past 5 or 6 years, there's only been 4 medals here in Yavapai County that has been awarded to a law enforcement medal. So it gives me great pleasure to honor this officer for not only going above and beyond the call of duty and the performance of his duties, but to engage the school children the way he has and supported them the way he has. Because right now with law enforcement in schools, that's a very topic that is always in the public eye. So it's with great pleasure to award this medal to the officer, and also for his involvement with the family of the student who passed away. With that said, Officer Pizzi, I award you the Law Enforcement Commendation Medal and Certificate. Chief, did you want to get in here?
I believe the dodgeball game is on YouTube if anyone wants to see his outfit, because it was on point.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Microphone, if you're gonna talk.
Now it's my council mayor. Now it's my time to do a presentation. So those of you that know who you're here, come on up. Emma and the Emma, Ellie, and the Giuliani family, come on up here. I want you guys just to kind of line up here and face everybody for me. This summer, myself and Officer Brent Giuliani had the opportunity to attend some elite training on active shooter here. We hosted it here in Chino Valley, and it basically, our first class talks about teaching officers how to respond. The goal of the Chino Valley Police Department, started by our Lieutenant McIntyre in the back there, is to make the training standardized countywide. Every law enforcement agency in Yavapai County is going to train their guys the exact same way, so we can integrate. The second class we attended actually took it one step farther and integrated the fire department in with what we did. Coming in, and this type of training is for an active attack. Unfortunately, sometimes the most common people associate it with is school shootings. The second class, like I said, it integrated fire. We worked on administering trauma first aid as officers, learning how to do tourniquets, chest seals, putting people in recovery positions, and then working the fire department in, and then they assess. The program is sponsored through the DOJ. And because of that, of COVID restrictions, we were only allowed to have 15 people in the class. That class is normally a class of 42. So our instructor reached out about a week, I would say, before the training happened and said, hey, can you get us some role players? Because if not, we have to use the participants as role players. So me and Brent talked, and Brent volunteered his children, and then he had them volunteer several of their friends. We have 6 of them here tonight. There was a total of 8. There's 2 others that couldn't make it tonight, that took time out of their summer, 3 days in the middle of the week, out of the middle of their summer, to come and role play for us, which I think gives us in law enforcement and the fire personnel a more real life experience on how to deal with this. Instead of going in and seeing one of the guys you work with playing injured, you're actually looking at somebody you don't know, and you're actually looking at someone at the age group that this may be happening to. Gives you that real life experience. So I wanted to commemorate them for taking their time to give back to their community out of their summer, participate in this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read off their names. I'm going to have the chief hand their certificates. Matt, if you want to take your pictures. And then we can all applause at the end. So the first is going to be, you're going to have to raise your hands too. Amarissa Giuliani. Hold on. Let's get pictures. You want to do it at the end, Matt? Okay. Judah Giuliani. Adia Giuliani. Did I say that right? Adia. Did I? No. How do you say it? How do you say it? Adia. Sorry. Uriah. I got that one right. Or Uriah Giuliani. AJ Timlick, he's unable to be with us tonight. He was another one. Ellie McLaughlin. Aiden Quinn was another one. He was actually here from Colorado on his summer vacation visiting cousins and came and participated with us. So we're going to mail him his. And then Emma Janish. Did I say that right? Emma Janish. So like I said, these kids took time out of their summer to help us do what we needed to do, and I appreciate it. So you guys get together and everything. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Officer Peasy.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right, item 2C will be postponed to a later date. We're on now to call to the public.
Call to the public is an opportunity for the public to address the council on any issue within the jurisdiction of the council that is not on the agenda. Public comment is encouraged. Individuals are limited to speak for 3 minutes. The total time for call to the public may be up to 30 minutes per meeting. Council action taken as a result of public comment will be limited to directing staff to study the matter, scheduling the matter for further consideration and decision at a later date, or responding to criticism. Individuals who wish to speak, please state your first and last name, and if you reside in Chino Valley town limits. I do have a couple speaker comment cards. We'll call first Larry Holt.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Town Manager.
Good evening.
Just a quick report on the 9/11 Memorial. We are 99% done. It will be in place for the memorial service on the 11th.
Good.
I hope you all got your invitations. If you didn't, we're going to kick the mailman in the butt. But it will be starting promptly at 10. We'll have a meet and greet starting at 9. And I would like to invite the entire town to be out there for it. And on behalf of all the volunteers that have been out there working, I want to thank all of you guys for letting us do this project. It has been very, very good for us.
All right.
You
Thank
guys
you,
have
Larry.
done an outstanding job. Thank you.
Thank you.
And next I have Tina Metters.
Town Council, welcome, John. We'll miss you at P and Z. Tina Metters, I'm on the P and Z committee. I would like the council to entertain an item for new business. As a representative from Planning and Zoning for the UDO committee, we have not had a committee meeting all year long, so that's at least 8, maybe 9 meetings that we have not had. I would like you to entertain an item for addition to the town UDO code, section 3.1, establishment of zoning districts, to create an SR-0.50 to be inserted between 3.11 SR1 and 3.12 SR 0.16. We've discussed this as long as I've been on council to get a new zoning district that's less than 1 acre and more than tract homes on 7,000 square foot. I will be bringing this up at the next P and Z meeting, but I wanted to give you a head up. I will type up the wording and pass it on to you guys on what I'm going to bring up at the meeting. But our developers are coming before us and wanting smaller properties than 1 acre. All they have options is 6 residential built units per acre. And they're taking advantage of that. And the city is not, or the town is not happy about so much congestion and so many houses and so many wells per acre. So this is to get it into the UDO. So the developers that want to come before the city have got an option for a ½ acre parcel. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else?
I don't have any other. Was there anybody else that wanted to speak that did not get a comment card in?
All right, moving on. Current event summaries and reports. This item is for information only. The mayor or any council member or town manager may present a brief summary or report of current events. If listed below, there may also be a presentation on information requested by the mayor and council, and questions may be answered. No action will be taken. I have nothing. Anything over here? How about
No, we have, I do.
Good.
Our September 4th, 50th anniversary party. It's coming up soon. And I'd like to thank all the volunteers and board members for that. They did a great job. And Mike Best did an excellent job. Also, football's in full season. Support your Cougars, September 11th. And we're gonna be showing our high school football and our youth football team on September 11th at the home opener for the Cougars. And that's all.
What time is that?
I don't know, 7 o'clock, I believe. Yeah, usually 7.
So the football team can come out for the 9/11 memorial service?
The football team can come out for the 9/11 Memorial Service, yes.
You heard it.
They
Okay.
should come out.
good? Madam?
Mayor Miller, can we actually
Yo.
double check with Councilmember Armstrong
Oh,
and
thank you very
Councilmember Turner?
much. I'm sorry, Lonnie, did you have anything?
I do not.
Okay, Mr. Armstrong, how about you?
Not a thing. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All righty. I'm sorry. Thank you for reminding me. Out of sight, out of mind, huh? What happens when you get old?
Mayor, council, no announcements tonight, but I would like to do an introduction. Our brand new planner, Bethan, would you stand up? Bethan Hang is our new planner, has just joined our team on Monday, so just wanted to welcome her. And we're really glad to have her. She's a great addition to our team.
Welcome. All right, consent agenda. All those items listed below are considered to be routine and may be enacted by one motion. Any council member may request to remove any item from the consent agenda to be considered and discussed separately. Anybody like to pull anything over here? Mr. Turner,
No, sir.
did you say yes?
No.
Okay. How about this side? Mr. Armstrong?
Not a thing, sir. Thank you.
All right, I'll entertain a motion, please.
I make a motion, we approve consent agenda items 5A, B, C, D, E, F, and G as written.
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. On to item 6B. A public hearing and consideration and possible action to approve a conditional use permit on parcel 306-17007R, applicant Ali Amato, is that correct, Hope? To allow for the construction and use of a sanctuary house for cats. Mr. Will.
All righty. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and members of the council. As read, the item before you is a conditional use permit for the allowance and construction of a house cat sanctuary on the subject parcel. The applicant, Ali Amato, is in attendance remotely tonight, as well as her associate is in person this evening as well. The almost 6-acre subject property is located on the southeast intersection of Granite Creek Lane and North Road 1 East. Adjacent to the property are 2 medical marijuana cultivation facilities and the Whiny Cats Vineyard, formerly Granite Creek Vineyard, which the applicant also owns. The current use on this property outlined in yellow is the cultivation of grapes that are utilized for winemaking for that vineyard. The project will be solely limited to the southern portion of this property indicated by the blue rectangle on the map. The proposal consists of 3 prefab buildings oriented in a U. Each of these buildings will contain 2 open air enclosures, which the applicant refers to as catios, in which each cat can experience the outdoors but be completely contained. The buildings will be located outside of the setbacks and will be behind a tree line shielding it from the adjacent roadway. Throughout the course of the process, town staff has received comments both in favor and in opposition of this proposal. With that being said, the Planning Commission forwards a recommendation of approval to Town Council for the conditional use permit before you, as well as its associated stipulations. With that, I will open it up to questions or discussion from the council.
Does anyone have questions for Will?
It's still going to be a winery, right?
Correct. Yes. And the
Plus a
applicant.
cat sanctuary.
So the cat sanctuary is on a separate parcel from the winery. If I can go back here really quick.
The blue.
So the winery itself is on a separate parcel. The vineyards, a portion of the vineyards that grow the wine or the grapes for the wine is where this sanctuary is going to be. The applicant has indicated that there's been going to be no cease in operation of that vineyard. It's still going to keep going full steam ahead.
Cool.
No, I agree.
Okay, Mr. Turner, do you have anything?
I do not.
Dash, you guys, any?
No, I don't have any.
Mr. Armstrong?
Not a thing, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome.
We're going to open up a public hearing now. If anyone would like to make comment on this, this is their opportunity to do so. Okay, seeing no comments, we're going to close the public hearing and entertain a motion.
I will make a motion to approve the conditional use permit on parcel 306-17007R to allow for the construction and use for a sanctuary for house cats.
Motion made. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
1 nay. Okay, sir. Motion carries. Item 6C, public hearing and consideration and possible action to approve ordinance 2021-903 to rezone parcel 306-23003B. Applicant, well, how do you say that one? Will?
Mears.
Mears Country West LLC to develop a recreational vehicle park. Back to you, buddy.
All righty. Good evening once again. As read, this item is a rezone with an associated planned area development for the new phase of the Country West RV Park. The applicant and owners of the establishment are in attendance this evening. The subject parcel is located on the east side of North State Route 89, approximately 550 feet south of the intersection of Road 2 North and North State Route 89. North of the subject property is the post office, Walgreens, and Safeway. To the south is Pepper Jack's, and then to the south as well as east is the existing Country West Mobile Home Park and RV Park. The property is currently vacant. However, before the applicant purchased the subject property in February of 2020, it existed as an established RV park through a conditional use permit that was issued back in 1988. Once the applicant purchased the property, they felt that it was in such disrepair that they demoed all structures and cleared all improvements made to the property. Since this is a planned area development, the applicant is required to submit a conceptual plan in which this rezoning is tied to. The plan that the applicant has submitted is for graveled stall, for 31 graveled stalls, which a central one-way looped drive provides access to. The access will be through Country West owned property to the south instead of State Route 89. The proposal will include being served by Town of Chino Valley Water and Town of Chino Valley Sewer. Part of this PAD as well will restrict the use of this property solely to an RV park. If there are any changes to the use or substantial changes to the conceptual plan, the owner will need to come back through the public hearing process. Throughout this process, town staff has not received any comment or communication from the public, whether it's in favor or against this proposal. That being said, the Planning Commission forwards a recommendation of approval to Town Council for this rezoning and planned area development along with its associated stipulations. I'll open it up to questions or discussion from the council.
I saw the entrance is to be through Country West. Is that going to be off to north or one?
It'll be actually through their driveway. They have 89 access here just south of Pepper Jack's, and it's proposed to kind of come in behind Pepper Jack's.
Do they own that parcel also?
Yes.
That's all I have.
John? Tom?
Nothing, sir. Thank you.
Lonnie?
No, I have nothing on this.
Okay.
On this, how long will people be able to stay? Is there a time limit on those?
I'll leave that open to the applicant. He is here and he could probably answer that for us tonight.
Okay. Do you have anything for Will?
I don't.
Okay, if we can have him come up and answer Mr. Kelly's question.
Hi, my name's Megan Mears.
Hi.
And to answer your question, we do try to limit it to 6 to 9 months. The tenancy laws change once you get past 180 days. So we like to stay shorter time periods.
So it would truly be RVs,
Yes.
people traveling, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People building houses in the area is what we get a lot.
Thank you.
Cindy is one of those.
Anything else for the owner? Tom or Lonnie?
I got a question. What's the biggest space? Is it for accommodate 40-foot RVs?
The biggest space? Yeah, we made it big enough. So some of the spots could fit 45 foot. I believe
40.
that's the max that they come in. Some of them are shorter.
And there's going to be plenty of room behind Pepper Jack's to get in?
Yeah, Pepper Jack's parking lot is pretty large. So I think there'll be plenty of room.
I see the drive, and they get busy, right? For their,
They do. So they'll still have room for their drive-through that they have set up. They have cones out right now and there will be plenty of
are you guys
space.
going to build a wall between Pepper Jack's and?
On, I don't know.
The
I'll
south border?
Point this out to you, but where the entrance comes in, there will be a wall at the back of the RVs, but not along the road.
Okay.
Where's the point?
Oh, I got a mouse. Okay. So there'll be a wall right here. but no wall where the road is.
Okay, is there a wall east of that?
Oh gosh, east, now you're
Well,
really.
that's to your right.
To the right.
testing
To
me.
your right.
Yes, there will be a wall there, and there is actually a wall there now because the other RVs are in this area right here.
Is that other RV area still going to be RV area?
Yes, it will stay in RV area.
Anything else? No. Tom or Lon, anything come up to you guys?
No, I'm
Here.
fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Okay, I'm going to open a public hearing for any comments that anyone would like to make. Hearing none, we're going to close the public hearing and ask for a motion.
Excuse me, I make a motion to approve ordinance 2021-903 to rezone parcel 306-23-003B applicant Mears Country West LLC to develop a recreational vehicle park.
Okay,
Second.
motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any, any opposed? Okay, motion carries.
Lon, it's your turn.
Mr. Turner, it's your turn.
Okay, well, from afar, I will recommend to adjourn the meeting.
Okay, motion made to adjourn. Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good night.
Aye.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, everyone.
Wow, that was.
All right, thanks for your help.
Thank you, Lon. And thank you,
night.
Tom. And thank you,
welcome.
Andrew and Mike.
You're welcome, Mayor. Good night.
Good to see you back in that seat, Cloyce.